Hey guys, welcome to ePlastic. This is Mick. Talking about gaming phones, it is already a very important niche market for smartphones today, and we have seen a lot of big names in the market. However, most of the phones in this area are quite expensive and not everyone can afford them. Today I'm going to introduce an extremely budget-friendly yet still quite powerful gaming phone from Honor, the Honor Play. Black and red are the most classic gaming-themed colors for the electronic world, like the old ROG motherboards, MSI Gaming X graphics card, and tons of gaming peripherals. What we got on hand is the Player Red edition of Honor Play, which has a delicate edged circuit-like texture on the back. The old metal body of the phone feels very nice, given that these years only a few manufacturers still stick to metal rather than glass. Some great value for money phones like the Poco phone even goes after plastic. It sports exactly the same specs like the normal version. The highlight of the hardware includes the octa-core Kirin 970, which has been proven by the market, and 4GB RAM as well as 64GB storage. With GPU turbo technology added to the phone, a smooth gaming experience can be assured on beautiful and vivid 6.3-inch Full HD Plus IPS display with a notch. EMUI 8.2 based on Android 8.1 is pre-installed, and many Honor users from different countries of the world should already have got the push of EMUI 9 based on Android Pie update. For those don't, the update should be right on the way. The normal version in Australia is only a little more than $400. It is great bang for buck for a gaming phone like that. Talking about performance, actually it is unfair to compare it with the 2018 flagship SoC, the Snapdragon 845. And the brand new Kirin 980 would take on it. But the raw performance of Honor Play's Kirin 970 is still very impressive, as can be shown on the graph based on Geekbench 4 test. For single core performance, it is just on par with Snapdragon 835 and beat the 835 in multi-core computing capacity. When the Kirin 970 was released last year, the initial gaming performance was not really there on par with chips like Snapdragon 835, although the benchmark showed the SoC from HiSilicon outshine the former. At the time, I guess no one would expect Kirin 970 to go even stronger after being released for more than half a year. The magic lies in the power of Kirin 970's brand new GPU turbo technology. It is a feature mainly focused on gaming performance at the stage. I tested 3 most popular mobile games: Arena of Valor, which is quite similar with Mobile Legends, but more attractive in terms of graphics to my personal taste; PUBG, the name says all; and Asphalt 9, arguably the best racing game on smartphone. In Arena of Valor, I just maxed out everything as the game is not that demanding compared to the other two. However, people may still remember that before the launch of Honor Play, even Honor's flagship phone like Honor View 10 could not really deliver super smooth gaming experience in that type of games. Now with the support of GPU Turbo, we gain a rock solid 60 frames per second with only roughly 13% of the CPU usage. Ming Zhao, the CEO of Honor, used to say GPU Turbo would reduce the power consumption while largely increase the gaming performance, and that is true. And in PUBG, a much more demanding game compared to the first one, we still got the super stable frame rate of 40 under HDR and ultra smooth settings. The average usage of RAM was higher than the first game, reaching 947MB with a higher CPU usage of around 24%. Still very amazing. For a $400 phone, I can't imagine too many models that can handle PUBG Mobile like that. But for now, the biggest downside of GPU Turbo is it cannot really support the anisotropic filtering very well, so the texture and surface quality is not as good as Snapdragon's counterpart. The last one is Asphalt 9. Using the preset high setting, we had 100% stability with a consistent 30 frames per sec. During the game, the fluctuation of FPS was almost non-existent. The CPU usage was still quite low, which was only 13%. Now, let's go back to the GPU turbo technology. The official site claims that the performance will be boosted by a whopping 60% and energy consumption down by 30%. So what is GPU Turbo? What is the secret behind it? I did some research on the internet and kind of reached a simple conclusion for most users. It is powered by Kirin 970's NPU, aka the AI processor. For lower chips like Kirin 960 or even lower, they make full use of the universal computing units for the chip. And then they train the AI for the games via deep learning and acquire the deep learning models for each game. Then the models are pushed to the end users through the OTA updates. Through deep learning, Honor Play's engineers also found the best balance between power consumption and performance. So, what can we improve in terms of the GPU Turbo technology for now? I think one thing that can still be further improved quickly is actually the temperature. From the bar chart, we can see the heavy gaming temperature is above 40 degrees, reaching about 44 to 45 degrees, which makes it really uncomfortable to hold the phone in hand for sure. Now, the camera part. Another highlight of Honor Play is really its camera. Yes, the AI-enhanced camera is not the key strength of such a gaming phone, but the image quality of the dual camera on Honor Play is still a bit of a surprise, especially considering the price range of it. And for night views, the photos are just amazing. Here we have some samples without any editing. This Honor Play I tested is a UK version, so it hasn't got the AIS or AI image stabilization feature update yet, but the night photos are still quite nice. The dynamic range is very good, and the lightness and contrast are way better than the average quality of this price range. But the photos under weak light or dim light are a bit noisy for sure. Another thing is, although the wide-angle lens is the same model as Honor 10, the telephoto lens is only 200 megapixel, which is not really suitable for portrait photography. Moreover, I do like the AI enhancement as it makes every picture you catch more vibrant based on the occasions it automatically recognizes, but sometimes it is a bit oversaturated as can be seen from the comparison. With AI optimization on, the picture on the left is more attractive at the first glance, but then you will find that the color of the cathedral is a bit too yellow or orange, which is, to be honest, a little distorted. And the picture with AI enhancement off is much closer to what it really looked like the moment I took the photo. Alright, now it's time to talk about some other aspects. I have to say the screen quality is compromised, like it is quite bluish from certain angles. Maybe not as much as the video shows, but it is there. And what I do like is the rear fingerprint sensor. It is so accurate and so fast, extremely straightforward experience. I know the Face ID is fast as well, but Face ID on Honor Play might not be that safe as there is no 3D or structural face recognition. Okay, the last part, also the best part. Closing thoughts. For design, I will give it 3.5 stars. I mean, the design is really decent, but it can't really stand out from the crowd considering the price, and I do like the back cover design. For quality, I would just take 1 star off due to the screen. And performance, 4.5 stars for sure, as they can handle so many highly demanding games, so why not? And camera, well, 3.5 stars, mainly because of the telephoto lens. And last thing is value. Undoubtedly, indubitably, obviously, 5 stars. Best value. Alright, thank you for watching, and please subscribe E+ Tech if you like